Hey there, it is Friday, March 15th. I got a lot of really weird songs running through my head because of something. I guess I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. Got a few short announcements first. But I'm going to talk about syncopation because it has something to do with some things that were going on with students recently. And last week or the week before, I went into a whole little thing about swing. And a lot of people confuse swing and syncopation or think they're the same thing. They're kind of independent. So I might get to that. But here are some of the songs that are running through my head that will come up in the discussion. That one you probably didn't recognize. But that's called The Blacksmith. It's an old Celtic tune. It's St. Patrick's Day weekend. I hope everybody's got some nice... I think I'm working on cleaning out the garage, but otherwise, we'll see what happens. Here are some other songs that have something similar. Now, what I just did, let me play the chorus. Now, you should have had some trouble counting that because of what was going on in there or figuring out what time was I really in. I might get to explaining that. What's another song that might have this problem? So, all of those had a little bit of syncopation and something else really unusual in them. Let's see. Let me get to what my announcements. Today wraps up the... Oh, you know what? Those all have mathematical implications. There is the hint. And of course, yesterday, everybody knows it was Pi Day, I'm sure, right? So there are mathematical connections with the songs I just played. But Friday, the end of the end of our second week of the challenge, we've got a couple winners of the and the prizes. There's going to be some choices of prizes here. You could take a set of strings from Santa Cruz Guitar Company. You could take maybe a CD or a set of CDs from the Joplin and Sweeney Library. Or you could have a private review of a lesson of something you're working on. And boy, I just saw today, somebody has put up, our student review channel has been pretty dead for a while, but I saw that Rich put something in, and so we'll be getting to that. But I'm wondering if a lot of people don't put stuff in there because they don't want other people to see it. And if that's the case, well, anyway, the winners of our first week, who were Alpha Wolf and R.J. Burt, who I know, one of our IGC campers. So anyway, so you guys are both going to get some info on some stuff you could choose for coming out of the drawing. It's kind of cool to see what people are working on, and I really like that. It was Carol who put in kind of what she'd been working on, and that's kind of cool. It's, as I look through that stuff, it's nice to see what people are doing. So if you want to expand on your minutes, please feel free to elaborate on what you're working on. It could even give me ideas for future lessons. Anyway, let's see. So that we're about halfway through our 30-day 3-minute challenge, and we got 2 more weeks coming up on that. It is not too late to join because every week is a new week as far as chances to win the random drawing are. So, and what was I talking about? IGC. Next week. We're going to close registration. I got room for 2 more people at the spring IGC coming up April 25th, and then shortly after that, next week we'll open up the fall one, which will be September 9th, I believe. 9th to the 13th is the dates we're talking about, Monday through Friday, the Monday following Labor Day Monday. So anyway, so that's the news there. I guess I'm ready to go into this. Oh, here's something else, an example of something that's syncopated. This is done. I'm not going to go on the right tuning for this. I'm not going to get too specific about. That note. There it is. Syncopation. It is just the idea of having an accent someplace you don't expect it. Now, typically, if I was going to do, I was working on that with a fairly beginning student just earlier today, as a matter of fact. And I had him working on just keeping these chords in straight time, always changing just on like 4 beats maybe of D, 2 beats of the C add 9 and 2 beats of the G. Just working on getting some simple changes down. But what really happens in the song is you hear this. You hear a little messing up, but you hear the C to G change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would think of these as eighth notes. I was just counting eighth notes there. But instead of being square, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, changing on the 4th eighth note rather than the first of the next group of 4. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, usually when that happens, that's an example of syncopation. An accent not where you expect it. In this case, it was not on the 1 of the second block of eighth notes. It was on the 4 of the first block, and then carried over onto beat 1. This is the ragtime piano and, of course, ragtime guitar. Very typical thing. You hear, oh, let's see. Can I do that right there? Like right there, that melody note. That high C came in on the last eighth note of a measure. And so that accented melody note didn't happen on a downbeat, it happened on an eighth note early. Now, what I was just playing, the Bon Jovi tune, has the chord change again an eighth note early, and that makes it feel like it changed at the wrong time. Some of the songs I played earlier, we had exactly that same thing. When I was doing this progression, I was playing through the chords to Angel from Montgomery. The way Bonnie Raitt plays this, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when John Prine, so same deal there. It's changing to that G chord on beat 4, and then carrying over onto beat 1 and the rest of that set of 4 beats. The way John Prine plays Angel from Montgomery does something else unusual, and I combined that with what I play. You might have to go back and rewatch the beginning to see. I can probably recreate it. Let's hope. When John Prine plays this, he doesn't do that 1 to 4 change with the syncopation of the chord change there, but he plays it square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But then changes the math and puts in a measure of only 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It almost sounds the same because we hear 3 beats of, in this case, an A chord because of the key I'm doing it in, which is, who did I see do it in this? Susan Tedeschi did it in D. Bonnie Raitt does it in D, and drop D tuning, but capoed up the whole step, so it's really an E. And John's original was in G, I think. Then he started doing it in F sharp. Anyhow, but where I'm going with this is what sounds like syncopation here, where I hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now see if you can tell the difference here. If I keep these D's and G's square, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That was syncopated because I went to I had 3 beats of A and I went to D on beat 4, but I stayed, and then I had the D for 4 more beats, which meant I stayed in 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do it. Here comes the A. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That is not what John Prine does here. When he does that A, he plays it for only 3 beats. And that D is beat 1, like this. 2, 3, 4, 1. I'll do 2 of these. Here comes 3 beats of A. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes one more time. I'll do one more set of Ds. So this is going to be a measure of 3, 4 here. So that is a changing time signature. Something happens, and that's typical, not typical, but in John Prine's version of Angel from Montgomery, he does that all the time. Most people, oh boy, should I bring up Uncle John's Band? Nah, but it has a measure of 3, 4 in it too, that most people, when they do covers of those, fix that and square it up because they don't want to confuse people. Shouldn't be that confusing. Why did I play Neil Young? Changing time signatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Then even a complete change of time signatures and tempo. The beats here are going this fast. And there's 6 of them in one measure and 5 in the next. We could say it's in 11/4 time if we wanted, but I would really write that as alternating measures of 6/4 and 5/4. But then the whole tempo changes. The quarter notes have slowed down, and now they're only 4 in a measure when he starts the verse. Could even be strummed in triplet time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With this feel of, some of our fingerpicking songs have this feel of 3-3-2 in the 8th note world. And that's the same type of thing. We've got an accent on the 4th eighth note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's another example of syncopation because it's a measure that has an accent on the beat on the and of 2. Really simple example of that. The folk strum has nothing on 3. Down, down, up. That up on the and of 2 is where we really feel the second big accent in that measure, because we don't hear anything on 3. Was there another song I played that I didn't tell you what it was? No, we talked about Bon Jovi, John Prine, and Neil Young. I think that, and The Blacksmith, the Irish song from back at the beginning, in honor of, I wouldn't say it's Irish, but it's at least Celtic of some sort. Old English ballad, I think. Okay, I think that is it. I'm about out of time for today. Is there anything else I had to tell people about? Nothing else on the list that seems to be happening. But think about reviews again. I got plenty of time to do those now. Well, kinda, but I like doing them. So if the student uploader works as far as we know, of course, because one just got uploaded yesterday or today, recently. So I will get on that, and I hope everybody has a great St. Patrick's Day weekend.